all it is fairly simple. Oh god, I'm destroying this place. That's internal zoom. So let's have a look. Tell me, so what's the focal length of this? Well, you can have a drink.
I really need to look at the instruction manual to give me because I seem like that's fluid.
Does it take? It takes the weight, doesn't it?
It takes the weight, yeah, but obviously the way that I've seen people doing it on YouTube just seems different. Or it might just be leaving me. It's like in certain modes that like move from side to side, but it doesn't seem.
Yeah, probably. Because sometimes they, yeah. You attach it to your app.
Yeah.
Phone.
I've calibrated it. I don't know if you have to calibrate it every time. Obviously you have to balance it every time, but I don't know about.
You have everything you need for run and gun shooting. And now I'll quickly, we'll discuss that. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. So Canon C300. So now there are Canon C300. There are Canons. You can add Mark II now to every single camera here because they have kind of new ones out as well. But it doesn't really
upgraded.
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, but it doesn't really matter that much because all we're looking at the moment is what's on it basically. And then this one Canon C300, you can see EF. What is EF? What is it?
It's there somewhere.
It's Canon mount. Yeah,
It's
EF mount. So it means we can use Canon lenses, yeah, with an EF mount. PL, obviously, as we shift to the presentations, you don't know what PL is. PL is another mount, which is positive lock. Positive lock is a professional film mount, basically, which is used with a specific with cinema lenses.
Sorry, what was it again? Sorry.
PL, positive lock.
Positive.
Is that just specific to
That's
Canon, or
specific
is that
mount to film
industry
cameras.
standard?
Yes. And that's the thing, and if you're recording on a single card, it can be tricky. Mm-hmm.
These are just for sound, or
No.
is it that's for both sound and so A, for example, slot A is for sound and then slot
No.
B is for.
No, sound and picture.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, and you look at your color sampling, and you look at compression. These are things you think about. And then C500 is like a top range camera. Look at that, 10-bit, 444, and RAW. What does RAW mean?
It's an uncompressed image.
Uncompressed image, so there is no
And
compression.
that's the same as obviously like raw in photo. So that's going to be like insane quality, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, this is what I have. This bag and the tripod. Basically what you do, you just hide it.
In the green suit jacket or
in the
something.
buds. Yeah, and then hide the cable as well. And then you just basically plug
Where's
in.
that on your back?
So that's on. And we look at the the information here on the screen. You can see that's the sound level. And that's actually sound level of this microphone here. Let's turn this one on.
You don't mind if I record you talking to you?
Well, if you want to. If I'm gonna swear, I don't know what's gonna happen.
No, that's fine. I'm not going to show any kids.
Fuck it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So, okay. So you see that? That's channel one.
The sound.
That's channel one is basically there's input there, and if you look at out of the camera here, two channels on one channel, which is this one here. Wait a minute. Is that the right one? Yeah. So channel number 2, we have this video microphone plugged in here, and to record ambience and everything else. And on channel 1, we have this receiver plugged in. It's channel 1. So basically, record my lavalier one. So have a listen. have listened through that. It's a bit rustly because I've set it up really badly, but you can hear that, you can hear my voice, and you can hear everything else as well here from that mic.
Oh yeah, that's better.
See, that's basically one mic.
Yeah,
that's
because it
the
was
other
quite
mic.
on the left there, and then obviously
Yeah.
in central.
So that's basically, that's one. This is my lavalier microphone. We have microphone input, so we can plug in the mic, but
I'm just gonna get my camera.
can we, how do we control sound?
Are you done?
Can we record 2 channels?
No.
We can't. We can record 1 microphone, and can we plug in any headphones?
No.
No, we can't.
So you can't tell audio. Yeah.
And that's kind of my point about that. It's always thinking ahead. It's always, if you need a memory card, you need 2 at least. If you have 2 memory cards in here, you need at least 4. If you go for a couple of days, you need at least 8. And so on and on, that type of things. If I have one battery, I need at least 2. If I have 2 batteries, and I think I need 2 batteries for that shoot, I need at least 4. And that type of, you kind of build it up constantly. And the other thing as well, when you go on the shoot, always find the plug straight away and plug in the charger.
Yeah.
And put your spare battery on charge straight away. Because while you're filming, when you replace the battery, you put it back on charge and film with that one, so you can constantly supply yourself with power, basically. For run and gun sort of situations. So this is great for films, for features, for short films, for advertising, for stuff like that, where you have setups. You set up specifically for things. But for documentary, not that easy, I have to say. Not that easy at all. We'll fire it up in a second. So if you shoot in log space.
Okay, so do you still colour correct and alter the Rec 709?
You color, yeah. Well, Rec 709 is a color profile which you can apply anytime. Sometimes you don't really need to correct too much. You just put Rec 709 on it. And if it's shot well, then it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
If it's shot well.
But for various reasons, you might use log.
Yeah, well, yeah. You master it with Rec 709 so it doesn't peak.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes, when we can't see it, but in reality, for broadcasting it especially, if your whites are off, in old days actually, if your whites were off, then transmitters just stops. It's exactly the same. You have as well, for Sony, you have like wide gamma profiles, which is going to be very, very flat. But it's good to shoot flat because it gives you more options. But it's difficult to focus.
People are constantly arguing about pitch profile settings on YouTube. What the best ones are.
Because most of the cameras have it. So it means that usually it was the lowest number was the best. So the lowest you can go, the better quality you get. But it's not true, especially with film cameras, like video cameras.
Right.
With video cameras, it's native ISO. So with this camera, I'll get much better picture quality shooting 850 ISO rather than shooting 100.
Images overexposed.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
But I would get much better quality image than switching to whatever 200 ISO 200. So for red camera, it's as well same thing. It's 800 ISO, and as well you can get the most out of the camera switching to 800. Then we can switch some cameras to 2K, which is obviously bigger picture, much better quality. So so 12-bit. That's it. That's 12-bit. So 1 billion or 70. Again, a jump is just crazy. But anyway, what I'm going to say here is that 4K image is something we are sort of, I could say it's here. We are shooting mainly 4K, but still HD as well. In cinematography section, say, I have a budget of £500. Is there any specific camera you can suggest? and then our community will
I'll help you
will
out.
give you some options.
Yeah.
There's loads of stuff like that online.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just kind of
And then